Hi everyone, Helen Blunden here. Hope you're happy, healthy and well. Just another quick video from my car. Usually this is what happens when I go out to the shops. There is a couple of really interesting bookstores. There's an independent bookstore which I love to peruse. Also a secondhand bookstore which I always end up buying some books. I went there, I came back with more books, and I thought I'd share what I got because these will be the books that I'll be reading next. It's coming on towards the end of the year. Well, we're in November, but I'm calling it out. It is the end of the year. I need to start planning what I'm going to read in 2023. For those of you who don't know, I usually just pick books randomly. I just stick my hand in the bookshelf and pull out a book, and that's what I'll read. But I do have some plans in place about what it is that I want to read. And given that I started 2023 this year by reading War and Peace, I thought it's time that I should start 2024 with a big read. And I'm thinking that read would be Cervantes' Don Quixote. So that's the plan. But before I even go there, I actually want to talk about the books that I found. The bookstore that I usually get my secondhand books is called Helena's Curiosity Shop. Helena saw me skulking around and she recognized me. I'm not saying that she recognized me out of the YouTube channel because let's face it, it's not about that. She recognized me because I've spent so much money in her shop. And I thought, okay, here are the books that I want to talk about today. This is what I bought, and these are all bought for $15. Pretty cheap. So the first one is Anita Brookner. Now, you know this year that I've been getting into all of Anita Brookner's books. In fact, I've read 5 or 6 of them. I think 6 of them. She's written about 24 in her life. She was a prolific writer. She wrote one every year pretty much, and she wrote them in such a way it was written the first time and then that's it. Minimal editing, bang, published. That's a talent. She also won the Booker Prize for Hotel du Lac, which I have reviewed on this channel. This one is called Altered State, and as soon as I saw the name, I just picked it up and put it into my to-buy list. Now, the lady at the shop, Helena, did mention to me that there's been a lot of interest with Anita Brookner. For whatever reason, I don't know, this year, maybe a lot of people have known about her and are quoting her. And so it was really good to chat to Helena, actually, for her to say that that has been the case, because I wasn't aware. I thought Anita Brookner was an unknown name, or maybe I'm just hanging around people who just don't know what the hell I'm talking about. The second book that she mentioned that I could like was the works of Doris Ling. Now, I have heard of Doris Ling, but I've not read any of her novels. This one is The Memoirs of a Survivor. Looks like something very interesting that I would read. Probably a lot of themes about changing society, changing environment. This will be an interesting read for me. I'm wondering if it's going to be like Brookner. I don't know much about this book, but it says it's an attempt at an autobiography, and she, as in Doris Ling, describes this book as like a fable or a magical tale. It's square in the ancient tradition where the storytellers leap into fantastic has by rules be made from a grip of ground of most solid reality. She says, from her windows the narrator watches things fall apart, sees the migrating hordes, sees past the search of safety, shelter, the good life that is always somewhere else, far from the anarchy of this emptying city where people huddle together in tribes for self-defense, where plants and animals are taking over deserted streets and houses. This might sound really interesting, actually, and probably very relevant to today's world. All right, the third one is Julian Barnes. Of course, I have to pick up Julian Barnes. As soon as I saw her name, I didn't even look at I just went, Julian Barnes, bang, take it. And this one is called Talking It Over. This one is about shy, sensible banker Stuart has trouble with women. That is, until a fortuitous singles night where he meets Gillian, picture restorer, recovering from a destructive affair. Stuart's best friend Oliver is his complete opposite, a language teacher who talks like a dictionary, brash and feckless. Soon Stuart and Gillian are married, but it is not long before a tentative friendship between the three evolves into something far different. Oh my God. I didn't even read the back. God, I hope it's okay. we'll leave that aside. But anyway, it's Julian Barnes. You can't go wrong. Next one is Sophocles, the Theban Plays. I've not read any Greek plays. I know Greek. I know modern Greek, that is. I speak modern Greek. I read it, but I don't read ancient Greek. So I thought I'd challenge myself. Maybe this is something for 2024. Just get into reading about the Theban plays, about Oedipus in this book. And we all know the story about Oedipus. So, okay, put my money where my mouth is. Well, my money, how much was it? $3. Put my $3 where my mouth is. I'm going to read an ancient Greek play. And the last one is a non-fiction book. Now, I don't usually buy non-fiction. Well, it's not true. I do buy non-fiction books, and I have bought a whole heap of them in the last couple of years. But the books that I bought back then were kind of related to my work, which was all around social learning and development, professional development, virtual communities, social learning, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm not working at the moment, it's my interest in that area, I'm not going to say has waned, but it's just not relevant anymore. It's just not relevant. What I thought I buy was, I bought this one. And as you can see, yes, it's not in English, it's actually in French. Manifeste pour le bonheur, comment passer d'une société de la voix à une société de bien-être. Which basically means it's like a manifest for happiness, how to build a society of well-being, I guess. So I bought it because as I was reading it, I thought, gee, I could read this. Like, it's not hard. I have tried reading French literature, and I think all the adjectives and the way it's written in the simple past or passé simple is something I don't understand or haven't learned or just too difficult, and throw in the subjunctives as well, and it's a bit of a mess. But this one is actually written in such a way that I can understand it. I sat in a cafe with my cup of coffee and an almond croissant, and I read the first chapter with no problems, and that was very good. So I am going to read this Manifeste pour le bonheur and see how we go. I won't do a review on this. Relax. I will not do it in French, although I should. I think one of the best ways to really challenge yourself with a language is actually do a review in the language and read the book in the language. But I'm not going to do that because, yeah, for whatever reason, I'm not going to do that. That is all. Time to go home now and get cracking in reading and finishing a book. I'm currently reading a book by a French author, and it is called A Single Rose. That is it for me. Bye for now. Okay, take care. Bye.